mastermind of artificial intelligence, future management tools and innovation. Let me introduce to you Dr. Rami Shaheen.
Hi.
It would take quite a time to read the entire bio of our presenter today, but I will give you an executive summary to highlight the most important segments of his career and achievement. Dr. Rami is a transformation consultant specialized in the transformation and international development for artificial intelligence management, innovation, and future foresight services. One of his well-known inventions is Zayed Toolset that you can see on zayedtoolset.com. Throughout his career, he has focused on results with a track record of more than 14 years at the national and regional level in innovative transformation using future management tools. He has achieved great success in artificial intelligence and innovation in several countries, such as the UAE, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and Japan, through LIFO and Innovation Thinking System. He is the general manager of international company, ambassador of innovation and business accelerators, AI advisor for international leaders and CEOs, board of advisor in different international organizations such as IDLE. Additionally, he is an international transformation advisor to a number of major and international companies. He serves as a direct consultant to several UAE enterprises CEOs. In addition, he provided coaching and training for a number of leaders in the national and regional level. Dr. Rami is the first Arabic trainer who provides training in Silicon Valley, USA, where Silicon Valley is the world's largest source of artificial intelligence. He participated as an AI transformation trainer for Oracle and Tesla, working closely on COVID-19 projects using nanotechnology with B-Shields, a Swiss company that created nanotechnology clippers. Here we can get a little bit more details a little bit later probably. He serves on the board of advisors to Watan, Saudi Arabia, Innovator, Jordan, Ministry of Labor, Libya, and G20, Turkey. He is a consultant with Tesla, the world leader in electric car manufacturers, the Sydney University guest lecturer, and V-Shield for coronavirus COVID-19. Dr. Rami is considered as the mastermind of artificial intelligence and innovation in MENA region, and always considered of the favorable international speaker in different artificial intelligence conferences and TV shows. You will be able to find more of his personal website, www.ramishaheen.com. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Rami Shaheen.
Hi, Doctor. Thanks for this nice introduction. And hopefully today we'll be able to talk and discuss about the artificial intelligence and best practices of artificial intelligence and future management tools. Basically, first of all, and before we start talking about anything, we all need to know that artificial intelligence by itself will not work properly. So we need AI or artificial intelligence to work with other tools that will change during the time. And in my book, I already discussed the different type of these future management tools. It will change rapidly and it will change with time. I call it the time machine or time zones with different, we'll talk about these time zones and we'll talk about these different tools. Basically, just to make it simple and easy, if you put the human being mind into a machine, this machine will imitate the human behaviors and will act in a way or another, same as the human, in a way of thinking, taking decision, and taking precise decision in a way that will not need time, such as the normal services we usually take as a human. But this mind will not work properly if it's not working with other tools. So in our world, there is a three type of tools or objects around us. We have the physical world. So this watch is a physical world. The mobile, touching the physical hardware of the mobile is the physical world. We have the digital world. It's intangible part of the world. It's virtual. We can't touch it. We can't see it. It's coding, based on coding 0, 1. which is the language that we use to build this word. And we have the virtual word. Virtual word is adding few information into our real word and mix them together to have a new type of word. The integration and compatibility between these three pillars, we call it the Industry 4.0, which is the new aspect that will change how we work, how we do our business, how we think, and how we gonna make profit or make quality services or services up to excellency level in our world. I want to talk about a few things before we start talking about the other tools, and we go in deep details how to build your organization, especially in your sector, in the property management sector or in the assets management in with different aspects. Industry 4.0 will not come as a substitute of a human being. So the machines will not work and take the jobs of the human being. That's first concept that we need to know in Industry 4.0. Industry 4.0 is based on a human being. So our centric point of this revolution is a human being. What we need to know that we need to reassure or re-identify the competency assurance management system of a human being to complement what this revolution will do. That's two main aspects we need always to put it in our mind. Now, along with these tools that complement the artificial intelligence, which we define it as a human being mind, that we put it into the machine, which make the machine think as human being and take decision as a human being. We need to understand these tools, and there's a few things we need to discuss about these tools. For example, robotics. When we talk about robotics, and we are not talking about the robot. Well, so when we say arms of the robot, legs of the robot, no, that's not robotics. There is something in robotics called RPA. And by the way, reference to the last case studies prepared in Silicon Valley, and I'm one of the consultants in Silicon Valley. The property managements companies all over the world can minimize and reduce the cost or operational cost by 30 to 40% at least when they start implementing RPA. Basically, RPA is a robotics process automation, which is removing the routine tasks from the daily operation of any company and make it automatic system that go by itself and take routine decisions by itself to minimize this cost. The other part of the other tools we can talk about is blockchain. Now, how we can use the blockchain and what is a blockchain? Basically, blockchain is saving the information in records and blocks. These blocks connected to each other through something called hash key. It's like a lock and a key. You just need to put the right key into this lock to open it and to see these kind of information. It's very good in your industry if you are thinking to reinvent the investment types that we can use in property management or in any kind of investment attraction. So through blockchain, using this technology, we can redefine the way we use it. We can use it to attract more investors and manage the investment in a way that will achieve better results. if you can look in, to the 6G communication icon, I didn't call it 5G, I call it 6G. And it's different generations of communication between different objects in the world. So the lights you have, for example, if you have a light in a room and you have this mug, you have some other parts or objects in your room, you can connect it and send packets of information with a certain speed. So this speed will increase with or increased with each generation that we had during the last 40 or 50 years. Now everybody is talking, or everyone is talking about the 5G. In my book, I discussed the 5G is not effective for us as we want. Everyone is moving, for example, the investments under building management into, for example, the IoT, Internet of Things, which is connecting each and every object in any property into information hub. How? For example, if I have this watch can send and receive information of my current situation or my current heart pulse or pressure. Same thing we can do with a property or with a building. For example, moving a building into smart building means the lighting change according to the person in the room, the lighting, the window open or close according to the time zone that we are in. So all these things is another part of the tools that we can use and integrated with AI. These tools, in order to be efficient, we need to use some kind of communication. This kind of communication, we call it the generation of communication. We'll move from the 4G to the 5G quickly, and then with a radical change, we're gonna move to the 6G. What we need here is we need, as a property management companies, we need to move into the smart houses as soon as possible. Why? Because we have an opportunity that will take place again after 100 years. Because each 100 year will have a new type of revolutions. This revolution, if the property management company or the different assets management company will get use of the IoT technology, they will be able to position themselves in the market as a world leader. As a member of the company, at the meantime, working on such a thing is not that much of companies. So sixth generation is coming very soon. Huawei and America now, they are struggling, or they are working against other to implement 5th generation of communication and 6th generation of communication. So these kind of tools are very critical and crucial for our industries, and we should be able to use it. So in my opinion, the most disruptive tools that will come into your respected industry is robotics to minimize the cost of or operational cost, a blockchain to attract more investments, IoT to manage the buildings or properties we have around us, smart automation of houses. It's making a hell of money now. The companies are making a lot of money using or by transforming the properties in different parts of the world into the smart houses. So we need to use these things. The other important tools is 3D printing, in which we use a printer. Either there is different size of printers for sure, small, big, medium. Use these 3D printing or a 3D printer to minimize the cost of materials we use it in our property. We can build the whole building, and there are samples in Dubai. You can see it by your own self. talking about the 3D printing samples currently exist worldwide. I'm going to show you a video because we don't have that time to talk about all the tools, and you can have a glance from that video about each and every tool that we can use in our Industry 4.0. Okay, that was what we talk about during the first part of the session. We talked about the main tools that will interrupt and will change our industry. Now we need to think and start changing our mindsets. Why do I need to use these kind of tools? What kind of results I'm gonna achieve? Especially that I'm struggling now after the pandemic of Corona or COVID-19 with what's going on around the world. So how I'm gonna use these tools in order to enhance the operational part of my company, and how I'm going to use these tools to optimize the sales revenue if I'm talking about private sector, or how I'm going to optimize the overall operational excellence if I'm talking about government entity. In general, using these type of words will always achieve as a minimum shuffle for the companies 75% will drive innovation and will achieve growth in terms of GDP. We were discussing the productivity 1 week ago in Silicon Valley, and we were saying that we need to re-identify the productivity. So this kind of tools will help us as a company or government entity to re-identify how we can consider a person or a department or even a company or any kind of entities a productive entity. So using this technology will achieve 75% will drive innovation and growth. 83% will achieve competitive advantage among competitors. So if there is consultants, developers in your sector, if you use these kind of tools, you're gonna achieve 83% competitive advantage. And if you want to reflect it into your industry, we are talking about 15 to 25 increase or increase in the gross profit of the company. 92% we are talking about the next generation of operational excellence. What we notice after COVID-19, that the people we are dealing with is kind of spoiled. So or they need more than the extra mile of client servicing during the whole client excellence journey. So maybe it's not enough to sell them the house. We need to go further into this process with the client in different other aspects. How are we gonna realize these aspects? How are we gonna work on these aspects? We need to go to the next generation of operational excellence, which can be achieved through these tools, and we can achieve a minimum of 92% of 57% will reach a smart contract management. As one of the main outputs of training 301 took place in Davos last year was changing the supply chain management of the world and adding the smart digital connection environment to the process of buying and selling any kind of products. So if we'll be able to achieve 57%, we'll reach the skimmed part of the clients, particularly in the property industry. We'll achieve 57% of smart automation, which will be reflected on our overheads. Basically, achieving this kind of targets on smart automation will always improve the service performance and the real-time impact of any cycle of buying and selling for any kind of customer. These are the key findings that you can achieve using these kind of technologies. Just to be able to categorize things and to build for your mind or for your company mind the roadmap of different technology and why they are using it during the time. We need to know that I divided in my book the time machine of fourth revolution into 3 time zones. So the first zone will be or the first wave or first hype of the fourth revolution. We used Internet of Things, we used advanced analytics, we use cloud computing, we use robotics, blockchain as a digital currency, 3D printing, augmented reality. Okay, why you use this kind of products or this kind of tools in your industry, in the property management industry? We use it to achieve the operational excellence, first of all, cost cutting and increase the productivity, or redefining the productivity in our industry, which is very crucial thing. And if you don't use this kind of things or this kind of tools after COVID-19, will not be able to define the productivity in a proper manner, and it will affect us as a company. I will discuss with you after that, after the session, after this slide, why I'm giving you the best tool and the result we can get from each and every bucket or each and every hive of tools. The second wave is artificial intelligence, advanced material, blockchain, smart automation, energy revolution, and 6G communication. Using these tools, and currently we are in this wave, we're trying to have the service value, competitive advantage among others, create immense ROI, return on investment. If you use these tools in your industry, you will achieve a high and a huge ROI for your company. How? For example, smart automation will get for you different kind of scheme clients or clusters of employees that will be interested in your properties and will give you the competitive advantage. But the question is it enough for us to have only the competitive advantage, especially after COVID-19? This is what I'm going to answer later on after in the other slides. The wave number 3, we are talking about bioinformatics, cybersecurity, neurotechnology, nanotechnology, quantum computing, and advanced material. For your industry, the immense opportunity, the big opportunity will be in nanotechnology and advanced material. For example, using nanotechnology will minimize the cost of having some special kind of features in towers. These kind of technology can be used as an opportunity to have something called comparative advantage, which is higher than competitive advantage. We'll discuss it now and we'll talk about it. It's a graph that's showing all kind of technologies that will interrupt and will disrupt your industry or your real estate industry worldwide, in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and all over the world. Please, Michelle.
Dr. Rami, thank you very much. Please, can you come back to the previous slide, if you don't mind? And if you can give us a real example on one of these tools that have been used actually in, let's say, in governments around the world, even the UAE or Jordan. It will give us a little bit a feeling of how it has been used so far, so people can understand exactly what we're talking about. Example of artificial intelligence.
Okay. For example, when we talk about, for example, a company like Silicon Valley Innovation Center. Silicon Valley Innovation Center during the COVID-19 will have or had not that much functionality during the day. So it's not working 24/7, but they were working in a cluster. For example, when IBM Quantum Computing Center and Google working together, they use a particular room in Silicon Valley or particular area in Silicon Valley. Because Silicon Valley is using the IoT, Internet of Things, they were able to control the cost of their building. So the heater is not working 24/7 or the AC is not working 24/7. It's if you allow me to say, pay as you go. So once I'm using it, it will be on. If for any reason they all went off the building, then it's off. Okay. On the same hand, we don't need employees to be in the site of Silicon Valley to check on the AC if it's working or heater if it's working. It was working by itself. When we are talking about these kind of things, we didn't need an employee. So we are cutting the cost all in all for this particular zone to manage it. That's a small sample. Artificial intelligence, for example, now we need if we want to detect someone if he's affected with COVID-19, we need to have a person who's standing and holding the thingy to check the temperature of each and every person. You can have a tool and you place it in artificial intelligence, using artificial intelligence, and you place it in the front door of any area, and it will check by itself the temperature of each and every person. Using this kind of technology will enhance the service value of this real estate company who is managing this area or particular area. Nanotechnology, there is many implementation. For example, for critical industries, when we have when we want to build a special kind of buildings for military, for example, we always cover it with a spray of nanotechnology, so it will always be highly protected from normal kind of bombs or any kind of such things. So these are just simple implementation. What I want to talk about here is the opportunity area from 2025 to 2051. We have a big opportunity on something called advanced materials, which is finding some special mix of materials that will affect the efficiency and the cost of real estate industry in general.
Thank you for the clarification, Dr. Ami. I have here, let's say, question of concern. We are minimizing human interference in many places by using artificial intelligence and the latest technology. How can we secure for people other jobs? Because if we lose some jobs, we have to find them something else to do. So will the new fourth generation will secure new jobs probably in a different way?
See, that's a very crucial and critical point, Michel. The thing is, I'll give you an example. There is a plant of contact lenses in Japan. They have 1,000 employees that are currently working in this plant. We change and transform this plant using RPA. So we end up that we require only 4 inspectors for the whole plant or for the whole contact plant. So what the HR needs to do, what the company needs to do, they need to have or they need to readdress the competencies of the current employees and reteach them and re-inject their mindsets with the new competencies that will be required to optimize the sales of the contact lenses plant. And that's exactly what will happen worldwide. And each and every industry will redefine the productivity of these people through redefining the competency assurance management system of each and every employee in the company. For example, if we are working on a blockchain to manage some special kind of services on our investment portfolio, we don't need to get rid of our people. We need to redefine and retrain them to work with the investment portfolios based on a blockchain, and in which they will achieve better results. They will be able to find the new markets, and that will happen for sure. We don't have options anymore. Maybe before 5 years, we were saying, we can do it. If we'll go to maybe Africa or Middle East, there is still opportunities. But unfortunately, with COVID-19, we accelerate the transformation, or COVID-19 accelerated the transformation worldwide. So what we need to understand is, if we don't redefine a new competency assurance management system or a human being mindset, will be in a big trouble in a way or another, especially real estate industry. Especially real estate industry. Real estate industry medical industries, learning and development, space industry are the most affected industries from the transformation, and we need to know that clearly. On the other hand, if you go to Estonia practices, for example, you will find out that they will be able to attract 21% new investments in real estate industries because they are working based on the blockchain systems. How it works and how we can use it, it's a long story, Michelle. You know it better than me, maybe. And we need days to talk about it. But what we need to know now, that we need to know that we need to transform our companies, we need to change our mindset, and we need to accept the fact that we will change all these things in a very accelerated manner that will allow us to transform and be among others who compete with us. Currently, if we want to position our real estate industry, or we want to position it worldwide according to the type of technologies we are using, we can position ourselves at the hyper competition zone. We'll talk about the hyper competition zone in the next slide.
Okay, thank you very much. But in this case, I think government should be very proactive to prepare for the future that is coming much faster than we have anticipated. And as you clearly mentioned, COVID-19 came and accelerated the situation. So now we have to even go even much faster than before to be able to accommodate. And people and staff should also learn the new technologies the earliest. The question, of course, will come at the end. Is there schools or methods to teach the new generation of staff, or let's say workers and employees in the future, on these new third wave of industry 4.0?
Yes, basically, I want to say one thing. Maybe if in other parts of the world, people will always think what we should do. But the good point here is Dubai Real Estate Institute already took the required actions in order to make this kind of things ready for the industry. How? Dubai Real Estate Institute now start delivering IDLE certification for everyone in real estate industries, which is International Artificial Intelligence and the Future Management Tools, a driving license. See, this license is not optional. Like, it's like ICDL on 90s. You got my point? If you don't have IDLE, then you will not find a job later on. If you don't have IDLE, you will not be able to improve your skills or to understand even what kind of new systems I'm working with.
Yes.
The other thing is, we have a tool in Dubai Real Estate Institute, and which is accredited as well from Silicon Valley, USA, which is the international best practice for transforming any kind of industries in the world, called AMA. AMA is Artificial Intelligence Maturity Assessment. What we mean by AMA, AMA is a tool or a mind, artificial intelligence mind. If, for example, I took a decision that I want to transform my real estate company into intelligence company. So you will put in this mind all the information about the staffing, strategy, your pricing method, your infrastructure, everything through open and ended question. And AMA will give you a roadmap or a plan based on the ROI for your company, that it will transform your company to an intelligence company or intelligence real estate company without even a percentage of or a room of mistakes or error. It will draw for you the roadmap for the coming 3 years in order to improve or to transform your company into artificial intelligence company. So as a government or as an official entity, they already took the required action. They are offering idle for everyone. They are asking people who want to transform or who take the decision to transform, come and we'll give you AIMA tool. It will help you to transform, and our consultants, either you, Michelle, or the others, will be part of the transformation journey for this company.
Thank you very much. Very good. We can proceed with the next slide. Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you, Dr. Rami, for the clarification.
Thank you. So now it's not a chemistry graph here. It's just all kind of technologies worldwide with the adaptation of the technologies. If you look to the right side of the graph, you will find that 80% of real estate companies currently non-competitive. When we say non-competitive, we are not talking about being a normal company that attracts people to buy and sell. We are talking about high level of investments here. We are talking about how can I attract more investors to buy in my real estate company more than any other country around me. Okay, especially with some special kind of constraints we currently have. So 80% of real estate companies currently a non-competitive zone, in which we need to think out of the box now, and we need to start taking actions and use the required tool to move and shift from right to left to the comparative edge. Comparative edge will be 50% among others, but we still have the competitive advantage than other countries around us, such as Oman, Qatar, Jordan, Lebanon, Iraq, Egypt, and some other areas, Turkey, Georgia, and some other parts of the real estate companies that are doing the same thing. If we go to the third part, which is here, we have an opportunity to be #1 real estate companies all over the world and attract investors from all over the world to the growth competency phase. How are we gonna reach the growth competency phase? How I'm gonna achieve the service orientation part, or adding the service orientation part into my real estate company or property management company? We need to use these kind of tools that will add value and will position us into the, if you allow me to say, guys, the competition or the growth part or growth competencies of the world. We need to use these kind of technologies. If we'll be able to use these things, we'll find out out of a blue that we are giving the customer or the client a different type of journeys. When I'm talking about the journey, from approaching to closing the deal to after sales services, we are talking about closed loop cycle. We're gonna find the new kind of values. We're gonna find the new kind of values, new kind of adding service values that will attract more investors than others. We are talking about higher ROI. We are talking about minimizing radically the overheads in our companies. That's in general how we're gonna position ourselves among others and take this opportunity. Please, Michel.
Dr. Rami, in this case, if the 80% of the existing companies are not competitive enough and they don't take radical action in the coming probably couple of years, they will be out of business. Is that correct?
No. Will not be. There is nothing called out of business, especially that now we are moving into the AI-oriented communities or technology-oriented communities. For example, Michelle, if we look to the other part of the world, such as Jordan, Lebanon, Palestine, maybe Iraq, Saudi Arabia in a way or another, nowadays we are maybe every 1 minute we are hearing about a new platform, a new application, a new online shop. So these people will always think about the platform. What will happen with us as follow. We'll start feeling gradual minimizing the investment rate in the real estate industry. We'll start feeling gradually that why people are not investing anymore. Is it because of COVID-19, or is it because we don't have opportunities? Is it because of the quality of our towers or whatever? Yeah, we'll start thinking questions, but unfortunately, we will not think. We will not put the technology part or the way we are managing our real estate company into consideration. And in a way or another, we'll lose our positioning as a real estate companies among the others, because the difference between Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and the other part of the world, we are competing with the world to attract investors. Okay, if you go to if you go to Iraq, they are competing internally.
Yes.
If you go to Georgia,
clients.
yeah. If you go to Georgia, in a way or another, or Turkey, in a way or another, their business model is very close to our business model, in a way or another.
Yes.
Okay. So what we'll realize that we have a decline in the investment rate, a decline in the buying power, a decline in the supplying power, and we'll end up that there is better market than us, and we lose the positioning currently we have as a Dubai or Abu Dhabi.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the clarification. Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Okay, so this is only about adaptation, and we correlate adaptation with technologies. I want to talk about attitude confirmation. If you can see here, I put a point and I said it's attitude it's attitude confirmation. It's over here. Guys, leave the terms. It's not about the terms. Now we are building a mindset, okay? But why I call it attitude confirmation? It's the point where you as a decision maker or a policy maker take a decision that I want to transform. If you can see, if your decision will take so long to take, you will reach a point that the succession initiatives will be very low. Means if I will have a 2, 3, 5, 10 compounds, okay, and I want to sell it now, but I'm not using and adapting the new technologies that require the range of success for selling these compounds, for example, will not be very high as it used to be. So the adaptation needs to be earliest possible. We need to move as fast as possible. And this is very important. The other thing is, we'll find out that you, for example, if you reach a comparative advantage and you didn't keep on working on such technologies, we reach something called initial rollout. Means you will start thinking to move your real estate company from a country to another, which will cost you a lot in different whatever the scenario is. It will always cost you more. But the initial rollout is one of the most dangerous things that we can think about these days, especially with what we are having in different countries due to the COVID-19 and some other reasons. Okay, after you make your mind to use these technologies, you need to rethink about your company business model. I have a question just to make sure that everybody is concentrating with us. What kind of business model you currently use in your real estate company? If you can answer me in the chat box, it will be highly appreciated. What kind of business model you currently use in your company?
Could we answer in the chat box? We'll type it for you.
Yeah, please.
Okay, please, we'll try to see what we can do. Okay. Okay.
Service model, Munir. So no one is using any other business model?
We are sending, I'm sending for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm saying that our business model is to in general develop a plot, sell the units, okay, and move to another project, which is good, but it's not enough.
Could you
Did you
share
get my message?
Service model Munir, but that's the only message I've got.
What did you get?
Service model from Munir.
Okay. 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 Technically, I think most of the real estate companies, usually their business model is very simple. If they buy a plot, build a project, sell the units, cash the money, and start another project similarly.
So we are talking.
Most of them.
So we are talking about operating model. If Munir can come online and discuss with us how they are implementing the service model according to their
existing experience.
Yeah.
Munir, can you hear us?
Munir,
if you can hear us, please unmute your microphone and participate in the debate. Of course, everybody else is also invited. Not only Munir. Whoever can participate and help would be a great idea.
Hello.
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 Yes,
hello.
Munir.
You can hear me? Yes. Hi. How are you? How is everything? Yes, please. Actually, why I have chosen the service model. Actually, we are building the construction buildings, and then we operate them. So once we move to the facility management, then we are getting already the profit or revenues from the model, and then we transform to the next stage, which is the service model, by like operation or servicing the buildings still like 20 years. This is what we do exactly for the real estate. So our industry is based on the service model, but still we are like struggling between the revenues, because sometimes once we deliver a building, so we are still in the adoption, which is the revenue model. But if we facilitate the service or the facility management in our buildings, then we will reach to the service model.
Sorry, I did not understand here well.
Thanks.
From my side.
That's all.
Thanks, Munir, for clarification. Let me talk about.
Did you understand the business model? Okay, very
yes.
good.
Because we are, you know, I will say one thing, guys. We are always build our business model in real estate industry in a wrong way. Most of us, 99.9%, and I was talking directly. If you remember, guys, or whoever following up me on Facebook and Instagram, I remember on August last year, I said the real estate industry price will decline by 2020 April, and it was based on artificial intelligence prediction. And what we have here now, we have a decline. I'm not a magician, or I'm not a person who used the abracadabra things to give you the answers. The thing is, guys, first of all, you need always to understand the model you are using. Most of the company, or what Munir just said, is called operating model. And if you want to position, Munir, your company under the 3 layers of competition, your company now in hyper competition mode, which is you are using operating model, and you are in hyper competition mode, technology, you are using is not achieving for you the cutting edge you want, and you always, as you said, you always struggle to operate to the next level because of whatever we have in different projects. So what we need to do now, what we need to know, guys, here, that most of us working either on operating model or cost model, it will not work after COVID-19 anymore. We should move to the performance model and revenue model and service model and value model. The most profitable real estate companies in the world will be working based on value model. Unfortunately, one of the most effective companies that using value model, they based in Israel, and they are using value model in their real estate organization. Unfortunately, hopefully we'll be able to build our companies again, or readdress our cascading model again from top to bottom, in order to transform from operating model and cost model into performance model and real service model or revenue model. That will not happen without the future management tools. I just want to show you this part. So we start by identifying the future management tools. We talked about the mindsets, how we can transform the mindsets, and then you need to know and understand your business model. After that, you need to position the departments in your company according to the business model you use. Yes, Michel.
I have a small question. You said,
Please,
based on your business model that you prepared last year, you predicted kind of a decline in real estate prices in 2020, that year, April. Did this model or this exercise included COVID-19 or no? The second question is, yes, second question now, can you build the same model to predict when it's going to come back to positive? It means to price increase.
I did.
When is it coming, please? Because everybody is excited to see what's happening with the market.
Yeah, I did in a different way. What I did is, I predict when the pandemic or COVID-19 will start to dismatch from the overall markets. So I said on May, it will start in Jordan. I did for 3 countries basically: Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and UAE. So I said in UAE it will start. We'll start working again and proceed our routine job end of June. Saudi Arabia, it will take until the starting of August. Jordan, I said mid of May, and that's exactly what happened. Now we need to rethink or readapt how the transformation is fast enough so we'll be able to predict when we'll get back or when we'll be healed from what COVID-19 caused for our industries.
Okay. And in your opinion, when do you think the market will recapture growth and become positive again, and the price will go up? Is it end of 2020, beginning of 2021, or later? What do you think?
Basically, if we consider the productivity cycle or the new productivity cycle that's taking place worldwide, you will find that German, New Ireland, and some other countries close to them, they are predicting to start a full services again on end of November.
Sorry, end of?
November.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
Very good.
So most probably, I'm talking now about competitive business models, which is Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and most probably will be again healed. End of November will have the same positioning of German. I believe so.
Inshallah. So before the end of the year, hopefully we're getting back to the normal.
Yeah, whenever I finish the prediction of the economic impact, I will be posted as usual on my social media channels, so everybody will knows about it.
Very good. Okay. We have already crossed 1 hour, Dr. Rami. So please,
Yeah.
we need to
So
accelerate.
I will jump. Yeah,
Yes.
I will jump to my theory just in 5 minutes. In my book, I did something called 666, 666. So what's that? It's a theory on how to transform your real estate company, and there's certain steps. It's a mechanical transformation plan, so you don't need to think, or you just implement the plan, and it will go as easy as possible to transform your company. This is AIMA. This is the mind we talked about, and this is one of the international best practices worldwide to transform any company from level to another in order to achieve the growth competencies phase we discussed already in the previous slides.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we didn't have time to discuss about how to build it. That's the positioning of different countries. These countries, I'm currently working with them to build the transformation plan for different industries, and that's their positioning according to what they achieved so far.
So in this case, UAE is a very good position comparing to Saudi Arabia and Jordan. We are progressing towards the 5% growth development as per your 5, 15, 80 slide.
Yeah, in normal cases, the companies will be relieved and they will be happy with these results. But with the leadership that we have in UAE, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid and Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, and the vision and the future foresight objectives they have for this country, it's not enough for us. Either we'll be number one or we don't accept that. So it's about the leaders, you know what I mean? For example, Palestine, they said, okay, if we move a little bit toward the developed countries or to the second hype, if we'll be close enough, it's fine for us. But for UAE and companies in UAE and the leaders of UAE, they will not accept to be in this stage among the words.
I have another question. Based on your experience, and since you know the US market again, comparing to the UAE market, which country is the most advanced into this kind of, let's say, artificial intelligence tools and programs?
See, now I want to talk about a very important point. If you notice, during the COVID-19, USA government did one very important thing. Nobody noticed even, or the media even didn't discuss it, which is the e-dirham, the e-dollar.
Okay.
It's very important thing. And I was talking on the TV last time and on my videos on social media, I was saying, we need to have a common Arabic electronic currency. This is one of the most important aspects that we have in order to accelerate the growth and competencies, growth competencies of our economy. Now, if we want to compare apple to apple, then we need to have all the aspects required to compare it. Now they have one is, if you allow me to say that, they have one advantage on us. For the past 2 years, I'm saying we need a real Silicon Valley or a real city of AI and future management tools. We don't only need companies for AI or for RPA. Yeah, we need a one hub, one-stop shop.
Yes.
And this is the right strategy. But if we want to compare what the real estate industry is doing and collaborating with Silicon Valley, comparing to what we are doing, as we got the same tools. We got IDLE, we got AIMA, and now we are working and we are having this session to convert or to transform the mindsets. We are almost taking the same actions, okay? But the adaptation of the real estate and the understanding of real estate industries in USA, especially California, New York, it's massive. It's advanced. It's unbelievable, man. Now I start talking with people who's working in the real estate industries, and they are asking me to create a very integrated whole system between RPA and blockchain, which is a big opportunity. We want our real estate companies to have the same mindset.
Inshallah, it will come. And I think it's on the way to success, because most of the real estate companies understood the importance of the new technologies and the integration of latest development software and assessment tools. And also with the guidance of the Dubai government and Abu Dhabi government, I think we're going into the right direction. Dubai Land Department was the first probably to introduce full digital technology to all their transactions. Even payment online is available, even transaction is available, even title deed issuing is available now online. And this is a very important, I think, step towards the success of the country. So let's hope that these artificial intelligence tools that you are showing today will be implemented as fast as possible, because the more aggressive you are, the fastest we can secure success. And IDLE seems to be a really good product with the AIMA, and it should be really studied by anybody going into the real estate market, developer and employees together, because they both of them should know this new technology to be able to improve. Same like I can give an example. If nobody knew WhatsApp 4 or 5 years ago, they didn't communicate except with the old BlackBerry, which was the first to come with this kind of technology. Now everyone has dozens of software that we can talk, Zoom like now, discuss, chat, and this is only a couple of years. In a couple of years, it didn't take more than 2 years to really be there. So the future is really very, very fast moving forward. And we have to be proactive and try to help each other to move and educate everyone. And Dubai Land Department Real Estate Institute, I think, is playing a major role here to offer to all the participants, to the webinars and to their students, the latest technology, and bringing together the most advanced tools and management software that can help them improve the business and the country as a whole. Now, thank you again for this excellent presentation. I would like to ask the audience if anybody has a question to Dr. Rami. Please, if you have a question, you can unmute your microphone and please ask a question. Otherwise, you can write it in the chat and we can also answer it to you.
Exactly.
Okay, namely, I can ask Mr. Khalid, Leen, Munir, Ashleen, Lana, and Hasty. Do you have any question, please? If no questions, I would like to thank Dr. Rami Shaheen for his time and his very, very professional presentation, which is really very much inspiring, and it's an innovation in itself. And I hope it's going to lead the business in the future. And we hope also that the Dubai Land Department Real Estate Institute will be able to offer to everyone their contribution to educate the people and make sure that UAE becomes again #1 all over the world. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks for your time,
we appreciate your time. Thank you very much for everyone. And hopefully we'll meet up again soon, either online or physically in person.
Inshallah.
Okay.
Inshallah. Thanks for everyone.
Before we close, I just want to see. The little bird told me about a cafe that's going to be managed by robots. You want to talk about it? Do you know about it?
I beg your pardon. Can you talk again?
I heard that there will be a cafe, robot cafe, soon.
Yes.
Would you like to give us a little clue on that, scoop?
Basically, as I said, we are part of the transformation, and we are trying to transform each and every country and allow them to reach the growth competency level again. So what we did is we have 2 new registered patent, which is a Robo Cafe. Robo Cafe will be launched very soon, which is a fully automated coffee shop that will treat people with karak, coffee, and cappuccino whatsoever without human being interaction. So you just pop into the shop, you scan the barcode, you ask the machine to prepare for you coffee, and here we go, the arm will make for you the coffee. You will take it, save 100% away from COVID-19 and other things, and will be enjoying the coffee, inshallah, with a good taste.
Inshallah. Thank you very much again, Dr. Rami. Thank you very much for everyone, and we hope that we will meet again in physics.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.